you must be mindful of that, because even operating profit was just given on the answer sheet. Nowhere else this amount has been mentioned. And sometimes, because they gave you net profit after tax, you will think that they are looking for operating profit, whereas it's also the given amount, 575,000. So that 575,000, it's here, 575,000. And it becomes nice because this 575,000, it gives you the indication of how much was interest income. Again, you work backward by saying 651,250. You work backward minus 575,000. You work backward, and that amount is minus 575,000, which is 76,250. And it's an indication of your interest income. And as you do this, as you work backward, again, you must have picked up here on interest expense. That 152,700 must go also straight to the statement of financial position. 152,700, is that so? 152,700, yes. And then on the statement of financial position, you must minus so much that is on the pre-adjustment trial balance. That's what you must do. And so much so that is on the pre-adjustment provisional tax payments, 130,000 minus 130,000. And then you are also satisfied that your SARS income tax in terms of statement of financial position is 152,700 minus 130,000 and 22,700. Now you carry on and say, okay, let's look at what else is the question here, because now you are collecting marks. Maybe you are left with few marks, but you are collecting maximum marks. I'm happy if you do it like this, and I'm happy if you still understand. If there are instances where I'm quick, just repeat this, and if you still don't understand, just comment below. I can make a plan for you. And then let's look at the loan. We spoke little about the loan, because I said to you earlier, there's something that they like here. And they share this is what they like, this current portion of loan versus, let me make it bold now, versus the mortgage loan. These always go together, and they will want you to separate the amount from what is the total of for the year, which is the loan. Let's see what's happening on this mortgage loan, because we must repay this loan. This loan is from Saturn Bank, 1159000, 1159000. And let's refer it to calculations and say number 5, mortgage loan. And we have comparative figures, 1 to 80, 750, 80, 750 minus, I took this 1 to 80, 750 for 1159,000, 1159,000, and the difference is equals to 1 to 80, 750, which was last year. The loan is reducing, we are happy. 1159000, which is equals to 121,750. Now we have 121,750. Let's look at the information given about this loan, because this 121,750 is just the difference between the two. Let's read the information. There was an interest on this loan of 142,250, and this interest has nothing to do with, okay, I didn't record the amount, which is 121,750, 121,750. 121,750. The fixed monthly installment was paid in full. The capital portion of the repayments will increase by 10% over the next financial year. The capital portion of this loan will increase by, so it becomes very simple. And I said 142,250 has nothing to do with this loan. And again, which is equals to, I calculate 121,750. 121,750. And this 121,750 increases by 10% per year. That's what happens. So increase of 10%, which is equals to 121,750 multiplied by 10%, which is an increase of 10%, 133,925. 133,925. So this 133,925 is that current portion. Is that current portion of that loan. Portion. And is 133,925. So this 133,925, what actually happens is current portion minus 133,925. Is that so? 133,925, yes. And this 133,925 comes here as the current portion of loan because it's inclusive there. This is what actually happens. Practice this thing because this one is a give in and they always like it. And usually these increases of percentages play around these things. And this exercise, I love it most because it's integrated in terms of months, in terms of percentages, calculation, reduction, in terms of amounts. Just play around this exercise so much so that you're going to get maximum marks in the next exercise that they might ask. That is the current portion of the loan. And you just move on and you're like, okay, I'm satisfied with the loan. I recorded the interest. Let me shares and dividends. On 28 Feb, there were 150 shares in issue. That's the interesting information. The final dividend was declared on 28 Feb. Total dividends for the year amounted to 345,000. And again, you must look at your shareholders for dividends because they have 345,000 there. Yes. And then 3 shareholders for dividends, 345,000 minus what is given here as dividends for ordinary shares, 207,000. Interim was already paid 207,000. And then 345 minus 207,000. 345,000 minus 207,000 is equals to 138,000. 138,000. And you just now cut and paste, put those amounts that in the places where they belong. And you look at the next question, you're done with dividends. Now there is this one. 150 shares in issue. Let's carry on. Net asset value per share. After taking into account all adjustment, the net asset value was correctly calculated at 675 cents per share. Now, you look at the answer sheet that was given. And you're like, okay, what was given on the equities and liabilities section? They only gave us ordinary share capital, 670,000. It was given, is the only thing that was given. Mind you, even if we don't rely on this, we have this ordinary share capital on the question itself, 670,000. Can show you. This amount is not foreign. 6670,000. Now, this 6670,000 is given as share capital 670,000, and we were given the number of shares issued. Remember that last adjustment. Let's go and read that last adjustment. We were given those shares. Adjustment before last adjustment. On 28 Feb 2022, there were 150,000 shares in issue. 150,000 shares in issue multiplied by 675 cents. 675 cents. So if it's 675, we must divide it by 100. So let's see what is our ordinary shareholders equity. And again, it just gives you retained earnings 50,000. Someone says how from that perspective of working backward, it's also backward here. 150 million times 675. And someone might pause it and say, that's too much. Divide by 100. Don't forget to divide by 100. It's 7762,500. 7762,500. And now the principle of balance sheet. We have share capital, we have this. Let's put a block. You see now, you have ordinary shareholders equity, you have share capital, you don't have retained earnings. It's easy. 7762,500. From that perspective, you don't have to, it's not foreign. 70, 6670, 6.670 million minus 6670 million, which is equals to 1092,500. 1092,500. You're done. You have your retained earnings. As question mark as they put it, you got your marks. Mortgage, you're done with this. You're like, now, okay, putting my totals. My time is almost over. Let me put these totals. But even if you leave it like this, if I was marking, I was going to give you full marks because you have demonstrated to me that you understand your work. 1025,075. 1025,075. So as a facilitator, these are the things that I'm not going to be doing. You must calculate this on your own. Oh, we have all these amounts here now. You see now, everything is just in order. Unless there is something else that we never spoke about here, which is equals to, because I want to be quick now. When I take this and say, yes, up to this point, okay, it's fine. Let me use a formula in a correct way. This plus this plus, use your calculator, and then you must get that. Okay, and then that is your equities and liabilities section. You got your full maximum marks. Close off the account of net profit, statement of comprehensive income. You go on top and like, okay, other income. These are the other income. You close them. What is other income amount equals to? If you have time, you can do this. But if you don't have time, don't do this, because sometimes they don't mark these areas. So if you have time, just close off the accounts. Oh, 200,000. As nice as that. Let's put another column here. You might have put that column insert, which is other income, operating income. Operating income, we know that is equals to this amount plus this amount, and then we close it off. Everything now, it's operating expenses. And now under operating expenses, there is one expense missing because everything is given. And this one expense missing that we never spoke about is this expense. And they gave us a question mark. And if they gave us a question mark, which is sundry expenses, and this sundry expenses is the question mark. This sundry expenses is the question mark. So profit from operations. So now we don't have this amount. Operating expenses. These are our operating expenses. Let's put this. Now let's look at here. Let's look at this. Operating expenses. We have profit from operations. And then we have operating income. So operating income minus operating expenses is equals to profit from operations. Can you agree with that? Now we have profit from operations, which is an amount of 575,000. And this minus this is equals to this. So this plus 389,000. 3890 million. Is that so? Oh, it's millions now. Okay. And this minus this is equals to this. So 3890 million. That's so. Plus minus 575,000. And then 3890 million minus 575,000 equals to 3315,000. 3315,000. Now, because this minus this, and it's a minus, is equals to that. Therefore, to get this is very simple, because you must take this amount of 3315,000 and minus all of these, and then you will get that. That's how it is done, and that's how you get your maximum marks. And just practice. If you practice this, I assure you, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna formalize this, and I'm gonna put it on the link and description. Take this as your source of solution, and make sure that you concise, make sure that you know your story, make sure that you understand what you're doing, and then see you in the next attempt of such a state solution. Enjoy.